Yeah, wagwan. Tis your boy, Jeton Legendary. We are back with another Cyberpunk photo session, but you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title. This one's gonna be mostly about cars. I've built an absolutely gorgeous setup and scenery, and I want to use it for some vehicles, which you guys will see shortly. I'm not really sure what cars I'm gonna do yet, but I got a whole dang lot. We on OGV, because she got all the vehicles. She's my oldest character after all, so she got every dang thing. I'm gonna need you to do a couple of things. Hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. Show which people join Legendary Clan Sports Channel become legendary. I do all things photography, virtual, real life, and sometimes AI. With that being said, check out Instagram, DeviantArt, for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. With that being said, let's get into these cars. Let me show you the scenery I've taken 4 hours to put together. And boom! Now you're probably like, it's a little empty, ain't it? And yes it is, but let me give you a quick story. We built this last night on stream. I was supposed to stream today, but I genuinely could not. I had to be out. I had to do something, so I'm recording some extra videos. This took around 2-ish hours to put together, right? But then, for some reason, I had a glitch where the game would not allow me to enter cars, and when I did enter cars, it took like 60 years, and I could not get out of them. And if I did somehow manage to get out of them, I couldn't look up or down. I was straight stuck and the character's hair was in the way of the screen. So, I had to rebuild every dang thing. Okay? And that took another 2 hours. The good thing is, I learned how to actually save stuff. As you can see, now I can load. Boom. There everything is. Although I messed up on this side, as you can see, it's a little empty on this side. You come over on this side, and, well, it's a lot more packed, a lot more dense. So that was my mistake there. I mean, after all, I did have to rebuild everything after the dang game messed up on me. Now we're going to be doing this in path tracing. For those who do not know, path tracing is one of the greatest way you can do car photos. Character photos too, if your computer can handle it. I personally prefer doing character photos within photo mode because there's no way to freeze their face outside of photo mode, at least from what I know, and use multiple facial features and all that. But for vehicles, this is the way. Okay, so as you can see, the scenery is still absolutely gorgeous, although for some reason the moon didn't save. We're gonna put the car right about here. Also, do not be afraid to let your boy know if you want to see me do more Cyberpunk sessions with cars. I'll easily mix them in with what was that? I'll easily mix them in with the regular photo sessions. I'm trying to upload more often anyways, because I was letting people know, like, I won't always be able to stream. I'm only streaming now just because I can, but it's not always going to be a thing. I'm going to come to a point where I'll be too busy to be streaming. Streaming was really never my type of thing anyways, but at least to give y'all some extra content in the meantime. So boom. Here's our car, here's the setup. Now you're probably wondering, how you gonna do this? Okay, because I ain't ever seen you do car photos. Well, here's the thing, this is why I want to do this, because y'all never seen me do car photos, and guess what? The car photos are absolutely spectacular. Okay, so path tracing is on. We don't care about photo mode, because we're not gonna be in photo mode. Film grain, turn all that bullcrap off, turn all that off. For cars, I leave volumetric fog on. Because cars are a lot bigger than your character, obviously. You know, an 135-pound person isn't even close to a 3,000-pound car. Okay, it's quite the weight difference. That's more than a dang buffalo. You feel what I'm saying? That's more than a bison. Alright, and then boom. Look at that sheer quality here in path tracing. Now what we do is, we then remove all of the HUD. You don't want anything from the HUD on. So you go over to interface, you turn all these off. Okay, it's a semi-tutorial here. Man, hold up. So you just gonna watch this much of the video, and you not even gonna subscribe? Nah, don't wave to them. They ain't even hit the subscribe button. Come on now, hit that subscribe button. I guess one of these days I might have to do a full actual tutorial on this game, teach people how to do car photos. That'll happen. Alright, so boom. As you see, HUD is now completely clean. Look how fucking real that looks. Now for our character, we're just gonna get her way out of the way, because obviously we don't want to be able to see her. So what the heck is that? Trees do be having those weird little spots on them. I live in a dang desert now, so I haven't seen a good forest tree in a long time. We're gonna slide over the cameras. We're gonna hit new cam. Open that up. We're gonna keep it at 10. And field of view for me personally, I prefer 35. But if you want, you can go higher. Sometimes going into a higher field of view increases the quality of the car. Now, one thing you can do that I usually do, when I'm doing my car photos, especially on Forza, I haven't done Forza photos in a hot minute. I probably won't because, well, it's just simply better. On Forza, I used to zoom way in. Like, I would be very close to the car. You can still do that if you want, but I've learned that 35 is just fine. 35 does just fine. As you can see, I mean, the quality looks pretty dang great. Change the time of day too, which I'm probably going to do right now because this time is cool. I want the sun back behind the car like that. I don't know if I can open up the trunk or the hood on this car. Hopefully we can, or we'll have to keep it to a easily 5 images. I usually personally don't like doing. I like to do 10. It is very rare that I do more than 10 just because it's not convenient, but 10 is my favorite. Any less than that is no good. And then for me, I always use the Steam button because the Steam joint allows you to do PNGs and all that, and it is quite dang clean. So I do 10 with the car closed up, as you see now. And then I do 10 with like doors open and stuff. One of these days I'll do a... Because this is going to be a whole session. It's not going to be like super long, of course, because we're doing just cars. I'll probably do like 5 cars. They're not all going to be here though. In terms of depth of field, you can add depth of field too if you have reshade on. I usually don't use depth of field for my cars, but if you want to, you'll see that looks pretty dang good. The problem I always have with certain depth of fields are they never really allow you to catch the whole car. You only usually get to catch part of it. I don't really want part of the car, I want the whole car. But it's kind of hard to change it up. It doesn't not the most accurate. But as you can see, with the depth of field on, it is pretty dang clean. We're losing sight of the back end of the car. But anyways, you know what I mean? Now that you got at least some basics, I'll make a video. Like I said, I'm recording some extra videos today since I wasn't able to stream. Plus, I kind of realized I might be streaming a little too much. I want people to know, like, hey, I'm out here with the content, but I'm not really a streamer. I'm just doing it while it's convenient. I kind of realized that might cause some issues for people, new subscribers who subscribe and be like, expecting streams all the time. These are just end of the month streams that I'm doing. It's the end of the month. I don't have recording space, but at the same time I technically do. I could easily fit more videos in, but I kind of, for some reason, I don't. We already did that side. Also gonna have to be careful because I try to park her in the woods. There she is. You can very clearly see her. Looking like a creep back there. Oh shit, that look ridiculous. Just standing there in the woods and crap. Snap that right there. Kinda wanna get all good angles of the car. Try to hide her behind the tree as best as possible. We got her in the dark so you can't really see her all that well. See, with path tracing, man, this crap just looks real as fuck, baby. Path tracing is the way. And now we hopefully open up the doors and stuff. Oh, I'm stuck to a tree. I'm like, what am I stuck to? Yeah, I think I've been streaming a little too much. The biggest thing with streaming is you have to be, you can't open up the what's names. Okay, well, let's at least get the interior. You gotta be there 24/7, you know what I'm saying? It is not the easiest. Oh, I still got the world frozen. It is not always Oh, perfect. It is not always the easiest streaming that much. Because I can't refine everything the way I would like to when I stream. But it does help for the meantime. But I'm gonna be gone a lot soon, so unless this channel just randomly start popping off out of nowhere, be gone soon, you know what I'm saying? Which that would be nice. That would be nice, but it doesn't always work like that, you know? Sometimes it takes time. Alright, let's go ahead and get some angle in here real quick. We need a little bit of angle. Right there is perfect. See, with path tracing, I'm in 1080p. Path tracing, man. If I had the computer for bigger than 1080p, I would definitely be doing this more than 1080p. But for the meantime, it works because most people don't even have bigger than 1080p. So it's not a whole ton of purpose for me to do 1080p, more than 1080p yet. But when I can, I would love to do more than 1080p. Get the interior here. Especially when I can start doing some more real life stuff too. I definitely won't be able to stream if I'm doing real life stuff at the same time. I think that'll be the majority of the channel, honestly. Cyberpunk, real life stuff, a little bit of Skyrim, a little bit of Fallout. My favorite games, honestly. Yeah, I think my favorite game. I usually do my favorite games the most any dang way. Outside of them being the best looking, they're just the most fun to do photos on. Best looking characters, best looking scenery. Not a whole lot beats it. Losing time here. There's not a whole lot that beats these games that I use. Voice. Oh. Corvette activity. Actually, hold on. You gotta do one directly over. I can't wait till my fucking hair grows back in. I cut my hair too low on accident like a dang fool because I was running on like 3 hours of sleep and wasn't thinking properly. My face has been on fire, dude. I've been trying my greatest not to scratch my face during these videos because you're gonna hear the dang hair and the scratching noise is gonna be loud. Man, it's a challenge and a half. My face has been on fire for like almost 2 weeks now. I have unfortunately, on my head and on my face, coarse razor blade like hair, so if I cut it too dang low, my goodness, oops, my face will be on fire. That's is still happening, bro. Alright, and boom, these photos are absolutely visually stunning. Let's back this camera up. Let's pull up with a new vehicle. I'm about to use so many dang cars here. This is one of the best sceneries I ever made. I'm not even gonna lie, this is gonna be here for a while. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. I'm gonna have this here for a long time. I'm gonna start doing some shorter videos too, teaching people how to do things here on Cyberpunk. I feel like that's something I absolutely gotta make happen. Alright, and let's get this car out of here, and let's get a new vehicle. Go ahead and reduce these graphics real quick, because start moving, that's when it's gonna start lagging a little bit. One thing that's always helpful is making sure your character got a gun, so when you're done with the vehicles, you can absolutely decimate them and get them out of your fucking way, or your game gonna start getting laggy, because some of these cars, heavy duty. All I did for the Corvette, though, is I drove it into the water. Usually pretty good for killing off vehicles, driving it into heavy amounts of liquid. Most things don't survive too much liquid, you know. Look at this thing right here. We got the Aston Martin V8 Vantage, okay? The European folks, the British folks was like, yo, let me get a little bit of that muscle car action. And they did indeed do pretty good, because this car is pretty fucking great. I love this car. I've known about this car since I was a kid. What the fuck just happened? It turned black. Got the James Bond edition, apparently. She's sitting a little Far up, ain't she? You know what I'm saying? Big muscle car activity. Oh! Almost had that, man. If I would have got that, man, I would have been the drift king of the game, son. Nobody ever would have been able to see me, son. Talking about. Anyways, let's go ahead and park this joint up real quick. Let me back it on up. Actually, we're gonna leave this one straight, because I've been putting all of them at an angle. Let's have one of, let's make a little bit of a different style for this one. That thing. That's a dang good looking car right there. British muscle car right there. Aston Martin V8 Vantage. See if we can open this stuff up real quick. Alright. See, I like to see that, because that means I get to do 10. Oh, okay. Wasn't expecting it to open that way. The Lagonda. Like that big ridiculous car they made in the 90s? Is that the same engine? Oh, okay. Good for it. Oh, let me close that back up. Alright, boom. Next car in operation. I kind of want to change the time, though. Let's change the time zone here. Or time zone. Let's change the time. Make it early in the day. Shut your mouth. You always complaining about her brain tremors and crap. It probably don't even hurt that bad. Please stop. Please stop. Oh snap, let's see. Boom, pull up in the jump. We ready to go. Can we see her at all? We can, but I'm sure that'll be a little harder once we turn on path tracing. Alrighty. The Vantage is up and running, home. Turn this to the side here. Goodness, that's way too slow. Hold on. 35. That's where I usually move it up to sometimes. I don't remember the first time I learned about this dang car. All I know is when I did though, I was like, wow, that is 30. See, this is a 1977 vehicle and it's making 296 horsepower. You know how much horsepower American vehicles was making? Don't get me wrong, I love American vehicles. They are usually my favorite, okay? But a European car, muscle car having more horsepower than an American muscle car is embarrassing, alright? 296 horsepower, and if that curb weight is correct, holy crap, that's a decent amount of power at such a light weight. Okay, that's a decent amount of power at such a light weight. Our cars were still sitting around nearly 4,000 pounds while also only producing 140 horsepower at times. Sometimes there might have been a car doing 180. Okay, but it was not a common thing. Not in 77 for sure. Okay, not in 77. Maybe in the 80s, you know, power started to climb a little bit, but not much. We were still doing less horsepower than everybody else. Well, almost everybody else. Some countries just, you know, it is what it is. But in terms of the countries that were making their very own specific vehicles, we typically had the least amount of power, which is absurd. Okay? This is why Japan was dominating through the 80s and 90s when it came to cars. Because while our cars were producing 195 horsepower, while weighing nearly 4,000 pounds, Japan had vehicles weighing just barely 2,500, just barely 28, just barely 3,000, producing mid 200s, high 200s, and low 300 horses. Okay, the Lotus Carlton, which was a European classic, a classic muscle car, was cranking 300 and something horses. Did we have a vehicle cranking 300 something horses? High 300s, not low 300s, high 300s. Did we have a vehicle cranking that much power in that time? No. Okay, our best muscle car of that era was the fucking 96 Impala, which was barely a muscle car because it was more of a, it was a dang sedan, it was a dang four-door, cranking 260 horses, 360 foot-pounds of torque though, so that wasn't too bad. Now, of course, with proper gearing and ratios and all that, it could still be quick. That's like the car I'm trying to get my hands on, if possible, is an 87 Oldsmobile Cutlass, right? Here's the issue. They're hard to find. They're more than I can afford at the moment, unless I find one in decent condition. It's not an easy task, okay? Not an easy task, right? But let's say I do. Them things got 184 horsepower, right? And it's going straight to the rear wheels, but it has healthy gear ratios of 7.32, I believe, right? Which allows it to take that 185 horsepower and that 260 not bad foot-pounds of torque. It gets it to 0 to 60 in 6.5 seconds. That's not bad for a car with only 185 horsepower. Okay? But while we were cranking 180 horses in 87, man, shoot, Japan had the GTR, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was doing 200-something horsepower. You know what I mean? We was slacking. Oh, I keep hitting spacebar. I'm not in photo mode. We was slacking, man. This is just the simple truth. We was slacking. That gas crisis and oil crisis hit hard. Alright, our vehicles were fairly lackluster. They looked amazing. We had definitely some of the best looking vehicles. But man, they lacked integrity. Okay? Lacked integrity. I mean, what can you do? Gas crisis is the gas crisis. This is extra laggy for some dang reason. This is usually extremely smooth. I don't know why it's being a fucking loser right now. I don't know why I keep opening the trunk. There's nothing in the trunk to look at. This is, these are supposed to be to show off the car when we pop open the trunk. What the fuck are we looking at in the trunk? It's about the interior, that engine. Not the dang trunk space on a semi-large vehicle. Oh no, that's not what I missed. Open up them doors. Boom, now we can see the Lagonda. And the interior. Which we're a little close, but I don't think I need to look in that direction. Oh goodness, her head disappeared. Go right up into that engine bay. You know what I'm saying? Our cars were a little whack in terms of power. They looked absolutely incredible. I mean, there's not very many cars that look as good as a 1987 1977 Trans Am. That's a perfect example. The 87 Trans Am was one of our greatest vehicles. Thing weighed around 4,000 pounds and cranked out in its maximum package, cranked out 185 horsepower. With a decent amount of torque, but the torque is only so decent if a car weighs 4,000 pounds. And, well, to no surprise whatsoever, it was far from quick. Then you got the Aston Martin here. Way more horsepower by about 111. And way lighter. Okay? Way lighter. These seats are sitting way too far up. I don't know if that's normal in the car in real life, but it don't look right here at all. Yeah, both seats are quite far up. Maybe that's that might be European standard. If you're not allowed to have your seats too far back. That don't look right here. That look like you be pressed up against the dang steering wheel pretty much. Our cars were very lackluster in terms of power. In terms of look, I mean, shoot, we had some of the best looking cars. We had some of the best looking cars. But then again, at the same time, in 87, you did have cars like the GNX, the Fox bodies. Fox body was a tiny little car, and still rocked 200-something horses, so not too bad. Then you had the Regal, which was a twin-turbo V6, so not bad, rocking 260 horsepower. Not the heaviest car, but not the lightest car. It was boxy, but it had decent aerodynamics because of its boxiness was sloped forward. So aerodynamics were fair decent. So we had some absolute heaters in terms of power numbers here and there. Don't get me wrong, but man, we were missing a lot. Matter of fact, let me see something. Buick GNX specs. I forgot the exact power numbers, but 276 horsepower, 360 foot-pounds of torque. But, you know, they usually underrate those numbers, so I'm sure it was more than that. Probably more along the lines of about 300. Now, a lot of those numbers are net ratings. The problem is, as I'm saying, though, is because net rating versus gross rating, if I'm remembering correctly, gross rating is the actual number. Net is the, you know, that's what we'll put on paper so that we don't get in trouble. So net horsepower in that big old 77 Trans Am might have been 185. I said 118, yeah. 185, but its actual horsepower was probably like 190 something, 200 something maybe, which is not very good for a car that weighs 4,000 pounds. Matter of fact, while we're switching to our next vehicle, let's do a comparison here. I gotta stop getting into these cars, because that's the issue I kept having yesterday. I would get into the, dang, this thing moved fast backwards. Into the ocean you go. Ah, V can't swim to save their fucking life. Alright, that should be it. If it's not, I dang near missed every round. That mag too big. Hold on. There we go. Now that's for sure. Now for sure the car is done. Alright, what's another good vehicle we could do? I got a lot. Let's maybe jump to the Aston Martin. I did that. Let's go. We're doing a lot of let's do some more Japanese cars here. Oh, that Viper. That Viper. We just did the Ferrari, but shoot, might do it again. Never hurts to retake pictures of certain vehicles. A nice motorcycle. We should do some in-game vehicles, actually. Never hurts to do the in-game vehicles too. I'm thinking one of those bikes might be a good idea, actually. Let me keep looking around. I'll see what I want to choose. Although the one thing I do gotta give love to for American cars is they did always have some pretty heavy-duty amount of torque in comparison to other vehicles, which do allow them to get off the line pretty nasty, pretty dirty nasty. Kind of like, actually, you know what? Two good comparisons. An 87 Trans Am versus an 87 GTR, right? Yeah, the GTR is way lighter. Some things is probably barely over 2,800 pounds. And the Trans Am is probably around 3,500, maybe slightly lighter. If you could afford it, of course. You could always get your hands on the one with the 350. That's the Firebird GTA. That one got the 350 in it. Ah, come on, man. I know I ain't got the world froze. Ah, dang. Alrighty. Maybe another time. I want to do full 10 sets here. We're not here for 5 sets. But like I was saying, the 87 Firebird, if I'm remembering correctly, that thing had, what did I say earlier? Like 220 something horsepower? Okay, there's no point in driving it all the way to the water. Let's just pull out the big RPK, big 7.62s. That thing had like what, 200 something horses? You know, like I said, they underrate them usually. I just ran out of ammo? Serious? Incendiary. Come on, man. Okay, there we go. Probably like 225 horsepower, net horsepower, so it's probably like 245 realistically, 250 maybe. But them things always had torque. So if we're going with the net torque on them things was like 300-ish something. So probably more closer to 400. So that's not bad. Problem is they weigh like 3,500 pounds. Versus the little Nissan GTR. I mean, I guess you would have to see in a race. You would have to see them two in a race. The 87 GTR of that same era had around as much horsepower. But it had less torque. A lot less torque. But at the same time, it's most likely underrated. So those probably have around the same amount of horsepower. Probably like 250, 240, 250. but they weigh way less, probably barely over 2,800 pounds. Sometimes that makes a big difference. But then again, at the same time, I don't know. Trans Ams did have a lot of torque. It had quite a bit of torque, actually. You know, I kind of want to use an in-game car. I feel like we should just use every dang thing. This photo session is all about vehicles. Also, why I'm talking about a lot of vehicles too, you know. Because it's all about cars. So let's talk. Ooh, Miata. Let's talk about some vehicles. Look at that thing. Real happy looking car. Look at him. Are you gonna use me for photos? Dang it! Come on, man. Okay, guess we're gonna have to do a couple of 5 sets. A lot of these are old mods, so they don't do all that extra stuff. That's what makes the new stuff special. But it's a little Japanese car. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to pull out the other car again then. I guess we would have to see the cars in a race though. Honestly, with the severe difference in torque that I kind of forgot about that. American cars may not have had the most horsepower, but they had torque. Sometimes torque is what wins the race. If you quickly get off that dang line fast enough, you can win. Dang, I hate that this doesn't have opening. The hood and the trunk opening up, that's just something special. Oh, I still have a target on that thing. It's blown the fuck up. That thing towed up, boy. Speaking of things being towed up, I made a beat yesterday. I need to check to see if it's actually any good. I don't think it was super late when I made it, but just in case. Okay, boom. Miata is now in action. Yeah, I guess we would have to really see them things in action, though. Alrighty, let me go ahead and close the doors back up. But in terms of those two cars, I mean, I think weight still would come down to it. I guess gearing too. The internet claims the Trans Am is seeing 0 to 60 depending on which one you have. If you have the heavily modified SLP variant, then that one it claims 330 horsepower and can do 0 to 60 in about 6.8 seconds. But if you have a regular 350, the GTA variant, that's the highest trim without any, you know, SLP modifications. Because that's, I mean, if you get in the GTA variant, which has a 350 V8, that's 225 horses proclaimed, of course. That could be like 240, 250 maybe. That one says 7.2. The GTR claims 6.9 with its highest trim variant. And I can see that, because depending on the gearing, plus if I think that GTR is all-wheel drive. Most GTRs are all-wheel drive, so that could be a big helping factor as well. No chance of slipping wheels or nothing. Guess it all depends on who's behind the wheel too. We have a car that can have the launch of like 6 seconds, but if the person behind the wheel can't drive, then what the fuck? You ain't gonna get that same time, you know? The time ain't gonna be the same. Around a little bit. That's arrow. There we go. I guess it really depends on behind the wheel, who's driving the dang thing, who's maxing it out, who's going to the red line. The automatic transmissions, if it's rocking them, which one's better. I'm not gonna accommodate for the antenna, it's just too dang long. Night City, baby. I should edit all my joints to say legendary on the back, like I got on Forza or Legend. And blah. Yes, it really depends, you know. But then again, there also was little cars like the Miata here that just were not fast at all, by any means. Just a cool little car, that's all. By no means was it a speedy car, that's for sure. Was not fast, but it did look cool. That's what counts sometimes. Sometimes it's not about being the fastest car in the lot. But, oh my goodness. Can I make her invisible at all? Kind of never tested that out. You just kind of did, kind of, sort of, so I'll work with this right here. Oops. I keep hitting spacebar, I'm so used to being in photo mode. I have 2 guides that I'm going to drop soon. How to do car photos and whatnot, and how to set up lighting for certain things here in Cyberpunk. Go ahead, open up them doors. What? How'd it move? Let's unfreeze the time real quick. Freeze it back. Need to look at that interior. I don't know how we're gonna get 10 extra shots out of this seat. I'll tell you what, the auto adjustment in free mode is not bad actually. It does what you need it to do without it being fucking annoying actually. Kind of surprising. Back this up a little bit so we can see better. Down a little bit. Just look down slightly so that you don't see that janky looking mirror. Let's turn this up to straighten out the camera here a bit. I do a full 360. Right. No, that's not. That's too far. That's right. That's where I kind of just was, wasn't it? Cutest Japanese coupe from the late 90s. Yeah, see, it was just an adorable little car. And you know, sometimes that's what matters. You may not be the fastest on the lot. You may not be the fastest. You may not be the quickest. You are the most adorable. That's for dang sure. Okay, you know, that's the specialty of the Miata. It was just made to look fucking cute. It was the cutest car the world had seen at the time. Okay, still is. Definitely ain't going to the smart car. That thing is fucking ugly. I have never been a fan of the smart car, and I probably never will be. It's just a really goofy looking car. It's goofy in the wrong way. Like the Gremlin. The AMC Gremlin is a ugly, goofy car, but in the right way. It reminds you of a little baby muscle car, which it kind of fucking was. That car that dang small with a big old 5-liter V8 in it. Cranking almost, what, how much horsepower did that thing have? It was so little. AMC Gremlin. I say Gremlick, oops. Gremlin. Engine specs. That thing had a decent amount of horsepower for how little it was. Of course, if you got the V8 one. You got the inline 4, it was like any piece of trash hatchback. It was a little old 304, but you could also get the 401, which is so fucking unnecessary for a car this little. That's 6.6 liters, and it did 225 horsepower. But of course, that was most likely underrated. It's the same engine from the Trans Am, so that was more than likely, probably along the lines of about 250. And then if you got the 304 V8, which was a slightly smaller one, the 5.0, which you usually saw, that was 150 horsepower. Probably underrated as well, probably more like 160, 170. Which, for a car that dang small, obviously, is going to make it a bit overboard. But that was the charm of the Gremlin. That was the charm of the Pacer as well. They were 2 ugly little compact American cars with very unnecessary and large V8s in them. Now, I say unnecessary, but the truth is, if I was to ever find either one of those vehicles, I 100% would be looking for the V8 variants. Okay? Not the inline 4 variants. I don't give a crap about the inline 4 variants. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of great inline 4 engines out there. But if it ain't the Honda, maybe a Toyota or something, or a dang Mitsubishi, I don't really give a crap about a lot of inline 4s because most of them suck. You know what I mean? Most of them suck. Some of them might be extremely reliable, but modification-wise, they're inexistent. Okay? Inexistent market. We ain't looking for nothing with no inexistent market. Alright? I want the best of the best when it comes to the little inline 4. That's like Honda, Mitsubishi. Well, depending if it's a flat four or a inline four, I guess. You could count those two somewhat similar. Not exactly, but kind of, sort of. You know what I'm saying? If it's a 4-cylinder, let's just say that. 4-cylinder. Inline 4, I'm going fucking Honda, Toyota, Mitsubishi for their flat 4s. Maybe even Porsche for their flat 4s. You know what I'm saying? Certain cars, certain brands have the best of the best when it comes to certain engine types. If it was the AMC Pacer or a Javelin, I messed up. I just said to myself to stop getting in the dang cars, and what did I do? I just tried to get in the dang car, and now look. This is exactly what happened yesterday. It's a good thing I have all of this saved. So now I'm stuck here, and if I teleport, I won't be able to look up or down, if I even can teleport. Let's see, can we even teleport? It's a new car glitch that's going on. Somebody has a fix for it. Let me just teleport through it. Somebody had a fix for it, but I forgot to download it. I forgot. I should have did that. Or I should have just stopped getting in the cars when I say stop getting in the cars, because I could easily just scroll, sit her up on top of the car and then scroll it way back. Now I gotta log out and log back in. Look. Look at this dumb crap. Alrighty, we are back in action. That is the beauty of saving your props. Only took 1 minute to get everything back. Alrighty, let's see here. Did I buy the other Japanese vehicles? I did the GTR yesterday. I did the Lambo. Let me see. Let me open up the folder, because I could just open up the folder and see what the fuck we're looking for. I did the GTR. I did the Lotus. That's right. And I did the Lambo. And I also, of course, technically did photos for Japanese V. 2 different styles. Got one that is good for Instagram and the other that's good for DeviantArt. Make sure you go check that out. Of course, don't go over there expecting madness, because that ain't what I do. I said that to somebody in my live stream. I think he thought I was being, like, throwing, like, hints. I don't think he knew that, like, I was legit saying that's... Don't go over there expecting madness. It's just pin-up stuff. Sometimes, it's just a little too much for Instagram. Although I'm probably gonna transfer all that over to Patreon and make it free for the while until I really figure out what I'm trying to do for it. But even then, it'd probably be stupid cheap. I don't need. It doesn't need to be super expensive. My personal opinion. I mean, of course, you know, if somebody want to make their stuff like $5, $6, $7, $10, $20, you know, they can do their thing. But I'm thinking like $1 a do. Well, I think $1 a do. I ain't see a Stratos. I forgot I had this dang thing. Oh yeah, this is one of my favorite little fucking cars, man. Yo, I forgot I had this. I love these dang things. Oh yeah, baby. This is one of my favorite little vehicles, dude. I fucking love these things. Okay, we got a new vehicle we about to use. Completely forgot I had this. Now you know you be downloading too much mods when you forget you got crap. I probably downloaded this like 2 years ago. We go ahead and slide this back. I forgot she had a hat on this whole time, but when I look in the you look at her from afar, her afro was out. I just realized that. Or her hat disappeared too. Okay, we're gonna do a couple more here and then we're gonna move to some other places. We can't use this place too much now. As much as I want to. As much as I want to. I'm gonna have to call it with this place soon. I'm more than likely though, I might keep it. We'll keep this as Japanese V's sanctuary to one of the mansions she's living in crap. Not really her mansion per se, but a mansion she's living in. I wonder how many people, when I say she's expensive, what does that mean? I wonder, do people know what I mean when I say that about that character? Or does it kind of, are people thinking that she's the rich one, in which her case she would have a lot of money? But she would be rich for what she is, not rich overall. You feel what I'm saying? I wonder how many people get what I'm saying. That is my only character like that. And for if you don't understand it, but you play a lot of Cyberpunk, then you know exactly what this means. You know? She's expensive. I'm not saying she got a lot of money. The OGV, the character we playing now, she got money. Alright. There's our beautiful little car. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna need to spawn a new camera at all. Since I had to back out of the game and then come back in. I'll despawn it just in case and make a new one. Oh, I messed up. I forgot it's when you disable it is when the problems start. Shoot! I gotta spawn the dang place back. Hold on now, y'all. Hold on now, y'all. Get it all in there. There we go. Everything's gonna spawn back slowly. It's gonna take a little. I might have to go ahead and what the heck you call it? Refresh? Oh man, I can't click it because it's not way back there. Oh. Those. Don't stop running. I'm having some sort of allergies. Middle of summer. That's some bull crap. I get hot, stuffy nose. It's hot as fuck. I get a stuffy nose and it won't stop running. This is just beautiful. Isn't it just beautiful? It's hot. I've got a stuffy nose. And I'm snorting. Light this up real quick. Let me see. Load, please. Ooh, almost hit delete on accident. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna use this spot for one last car. And then we're gonna go to some other places. We got 2 more vehicles to do. I'm not really sure what I want those to be. And then I gotta record 2 other videos teaching people how to set up lighting for their photos. And, why is this lagging so much? Ray tracing is on. And how to do car photos. I'm thinking, something else too. Like, how to build backgrounds? I don't know. I'll figure something out. Can't wait for my face to stop itching though. That'd be great. My fucking chin. I've been scratching this whole dang time. I can't not. It's impossible not to. I've been having to put so much fucking alcohol on my face. It don't make no dang sense. Got this sharp as fuck hair. Got porcupine hair, man. If it's nice and long, it's the fluffiest, softest. Why the fuck I'm saying that wrong? Softest. There we go. It's the fluffiest, softest stuff in the world. But if I cut it low, it's like razor blades on my hair and on my head and on my dang face. And like I said earlier, I was running on 3 hours of sleep, so I just grabbed the fucking clippers and cut every dang thing off my face. Not everything, but a lot of it. And my face has been on fire for like a dang 2 weeks now. It fucking sucks. This is probably the most annoyed / stressed I've been in a long time. And it's all because my fucking face won't stop itching. Wash it, don't matter. Moisturize, don't matter. It's just like the hair on my head. It carves back into my face and it just fucking itches so much. And I'm trying my best not to scratch it because I don't want fucking scabs and face craters. But that's easier said than done when your face is on fire. Easier said than done. Let's see here. Oh, got the S15, but probably can't open the doors on that either because that's made by the same person that made the other joint. But I mean, shoot, we'll do what we gotta do. Car too nice. It's a S15, baby. I ain't never did no pictures with this. I've had this car for a long time too. Let's see. Hey! Loser. Yeah, this is made by the same person. I downloaded this like a year or 2 ago as well. Dang, got some power. Let me see. I'm probably gonna do. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I might keep this here. This will be Japanese V's little sanctuary. I ain't even gonna lie to you. A lot of cars keep moving. Get out. This will be her very expensive sanctuary. I'm gonna have to add a couple more patches of grass here, as you could tell, because you were never actually supposed to be down this far. Although realistically, you can't even see that, so I probably wouldn't have to. No matter how close we make her. Unless she's like straight up sitting right here, where there's just a patch of grass. You weren't actually supposed to be this close. But I might keep this here, I'm not gonna lie. I need to fill in these trees, though. This looks bad over here. This was way more dense when I had first set it up. But then again, when I first set it up, you know, I was in good spirits. Second time, when everything disappeared, because I got stuck in the dang car, that really changed my thought process. Nothing quite like some ice cold water, man. Shoot, man. Alright, let's change the time zones, man. I mean time zones. Let's change the time. Oh. That looked not how I thought it was going. Okay. Nighttime photo is clean, but we have to add some ambient light around. This is clean as fuck, though. But, you know, when it comes to car photos, you kind of want it to be nice, bright. Really see the vehicle. You know? Alright, for this one, let's go ahead and get this one at an angle, because we haven't done an angle. Shut your mouth, we haven't done an angle in a hot minute. I'm also not good. That's the main reason I do not have any of my other characters too far into the story. I always say it's because I want V to be the only character in the city to be going through the problems that she's going through, because it just makes the most sense. But the real thing is that crap. Okay? I don't have to be dealing with that every time I get in on a character. You can still make a low-level character quite powerful any dang ways, you know? Back that up some so we can see the full car. And let's go ahead and dip her off into the trees. Into the tree line. Here we go. Spawn a new camera here. We're gonna do probably one or two more cars. I want to do a regular Cyberpunk car. I don't do regular Cyberpunk cars enough. They're great looking cars. They're great looking designs. So, gotta make some of those happen too. Right about there. Yeah, with a little bit of angle. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Oh, let me open up the folder so I see what I'm doing in here. Oops. Disconnect. Ain't nothing I need to look at over there at the moment. Right? Right there. Done with this, we're gonna go ahead and teach people the ways of lighting for both vanilla and mods. Because I know there's a lot of people who aren't too fond of getting mods on their game. Which is understandable, but at the same time kind of crazy. There's too many good mods to be playing around with to not be you know, running mods on your game, especially when they don't even make your game that unstable. We are surrounded by a million trees, and the only reason we're lagging is because we're in path tracing. If it wasn't for that, we'd be good to go, man. You know what, doing photos like this too honestly reminds me of doing car photos on Gmod back in the day. That was my way of doing car photos up until I started doing Forza more. But then now we're back on this because, well, Forza's great, but it ain't this, you know? It ain't this. Gizmo? Oh, this car got a mad amount of different options. I didn't know that. Okay, I'm gonna check that out another time. You know what I mean? It just ain't this. The quality of this is absurd. I mean, this dang near look real, okay? And that is the goal. As I always say, when it comes to doing virtual photography, the goal is fooling people into believing that what they're looking at is real. If you can pull that off, you have done your virtual photography at peak quality. And if you can't get it to look ultra realistic, at least make it stupendously clean, where it's still very impressive. Okay. Now, me personally, I've done so much over the years that for me, I'm at that point where I'm trying to make everything look as real as possible. I want to fool people into believing that what they're looking at is real. Back in the day, my goal was to make people look at it and be like, dang, this is clean for a video game. But that was the limit of technology back then. Now, technology is so much better that, well, I can make crap look realistic if I need it. That is the goal 99% of the time. When it comes to Cyberpunk. Now, of course, there'll be those issues that you just can't really get past because, well, a game at the end of the day is a game. So there'll always be something that you might not like in the photo you might be creating. But then again, at the same time, a little bit of editing always fixes that as well. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of editing can also improve that. Boom. That is a full 10 of this absolutely gorgeous Sylvia. Go ahead and deactivate that. Now, let's do one or two more vehicles, but let's take it to the city. I don't know how well this ray tracing is going to serve me. Or how well this whatever the heck is path tracing is going to serve me in the city, but they'll find out. Instead of getting in the car, this is what I should have did in the first place. Go ahead and turn on the HUD real quick so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Hop up on top the whip. We up on top the car. Lift that joint up off the ground. Working. Start flying forward. Now, this is how I should be doing it, so we don't have to risk crashing. Don't have to risk our life no more. Found a safer route. You know what I'm saying? Boom. That. Now we pull out the... What the fuck? Now we pull out the big AK and get the firing. Yes, sir. Big AK don't play. A little hard to see underneath his afro. Alright, let's pull up to the city and see what we could do. Alright, we up in the city now. We up in the city now. All in together now. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And traffic. Traffic gotta go. I don't need none of that extra. We up in New York. Alright, we in New York. So, we got the Charger looking joint. This thing is straight. I was about to say chopped, but I forgot that is new slang for something being ugly. It's chopped up. That's the best way to put it. No back bumper, no hood, no front bumper. Just somebody was like, forget it. I want raw power. What the fuck? Saw the side of my dang character's head. I don't know what kind of radiator that is, but I mean, I guess it seems pretty effective. The front lights ain't effective. Alright, here we go. Let's see, what can we open up on this? Okay, back. Doors, of course, open up. Front, there is nothing to open on the front, so we ain't gotta worry about that. The great looking car. Go ahead and put that sun directly overhead. Actually, I'm gonna say about there. Give it kind of a mysterious look with the back half being shadowed, the front half being lit up, the engine specifically, which is quite large. This engine is massive. 723 horsepower? Yeah, that looks about 723 horsepower. That engine is huge. That can't be no supercharger on top, but not with some cords sticking out the side like that. Well, if it's a naturally aspirated big block V8, that's possible. Why is there so many fucking people? Y'all. I need you suckers to clear it out up in this piece, man. What the fuck? Oh, come on, lady. Don't make me pop you now. I'm gonna have to do it, though. I'm gonna have to, you know what I mean? I'm gonna have to do it. It looks like Pan Am. I hate that I can see the top of my... Oh, man, come on, lady. Don't make me pop you now. Get up on out of here. She's trying to defend her people, but she gonna get away from me. What kind of pistol is that? What the fuck? This fool got a gold 1911. I don't even have access to a gold 1911. Where the fuck she get a gold 1911 from? What is up with her hands? Are you serious? Look at this. I don't even have that. How does she have that? I'm the one who downloaded the fucking mod. Man, where did you get that? What do you do? What do you fucking... I see you with your little boots and stuff. Your suit. Get the fuck out of here, man. Goodness gracious. I'm gonna have to punch you in your crap. Oh. Alright. You just popping shots. I mean, to be fair, I did shoot first. Well, at least she ain't dead. She's gonna have a black eye for a little bit. Alright, go to sleep. You know what I mean? I don't know how the fuck you got a gold 1911. I ain't even got access to a gold 1911. What kind of crap is that? Alright, let's put V somewhere nice and high to get her real out the way. I have no clue how this game is gonna treat in the city like this, and she's gone. Well, there you go. See, she didn't die. I just punched her in the face. The punch was a little bit more than she could handle. She didn't even get... Yeah, I just realized that when you use, like, blunt force, the characters don't actually get knocked out. They kind of just fall over. They just, like, fall over in pain. Like, dang, that hurt. That fool really hit me. Alright, let's go ahead and turn all these off real quick. And we're going to see. Hopefully, the game will be able to handle it. Because there's a lot of buildings around us, but there's not a ton around us as well. So, we'll see. Right, it's actually not too bad. It's actually not too bad. We gotta spawn a new camera because the other camera, it's gonna be all the way at the island we just left. So clearly we don't want to make use of that thing. So, boom, new camera. See what that's looking like. It's a little laggy, but it's not horrible. So I can work with this. I can definitely work with this. The car looks fantastic. I do want to move that light back a little bit more because it's covering up more than I thought it would. Let's go ahead and slide that back a little bit. Get a little bit of shine on the whip. Matter of fact, let me see something here. Let me open up Reshade. Can we darken this a little bit? Darkening looks like again? Okay, no. No, the main thing though I want to do is darken this just a little, if possible. It's a little bright. Lightroom. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what that's doing. Kind of old settings, so I don't remember what is what, you know? It's been a hot minute. Yeah, I don't remember what is what. It's been a long time. But that enhances a bit of color too. Soft light is good. Yeah, blend of dark. What that look like? My dang mouse is doing some dumb crap. Oh, it's because my fingers were touching the mouse pad. I didn't realize it. There's always the downside of these little bitty mice. They're real small for my long fingers, but if I get a mouse that fits my hand, it feels weird. It feels awkward. Get out my face, man. Sounds like I gotta push the button. Alright. I mean, I can always darken it myself in editing, so that's fine. This looks pretty dang good, though. Go ahead and hit that with a little bit of a side scroll. What the heck is this car called? I'll figure it out after. It look good, though. You look fucking piece of paper. Hold on. Stupid piece of paper flew by right as I took the dang picture. It's coming out of the dang car, man. I gotta time my own screenshots because there's paper flying around. Alright, there we go. Like, I gotta do some more, some of the in-game cars. Oh, this thing's turbo. I see it now. Oh no, is that the cold air? That's the cold air. Never mind. You know, turbo. I don't know what kind of... it's hard to say. A lot of these developers, they don't be knowing a whole ton about cars. It looks like a dang supercharger sticking up on top of the engine, but at the same time, wouldn't be a bunch of tubes and stuff sticking out of it like that. I don't know, maybe some sort of futuristic electric supercharger. Something. Alright, there we go. So that dang piece of paper was flying by again. I don't want no paper showing up in the screenshot. That's whack. It's gonna be a little hard to move, of course, because it's all live, you know? The Sport R7 Vigilante. A big boy car weighs 4,000 pounds. Final work of the iconic Quadra designer Georgia Barbaros. The prototype for the manufacturer's new Sport R7 model. Initially. Okay, never mind. A little bit more. There we go. This thing look clean. All we gotta do is darken it a little bit. Maybe add a little tiny bit of color. Not too much. I wish they put more engine on details on the engine though. I wasted my own words. I interrupted myself. The engine ain't much to take pictures of. It's a little freaking papers, man. A little low quality, that engine. Elite 4. Yeah, the engine's a little low quality. It's not much to take pictures of. It ain't much of a sight, you know? Not something I'm like, oh man, I gotta get a picture of that. It's a very good looking car though. That is the one thing I loved about Cyberpunk cars, is they're all retro futuristic. All of these are based off of an actual existing old vehicle. This ain't nothing but a dang B-body Dodge Charger, dude. This is like 1969 Dodge Charger right here. You know what I mean? The Alvarado, I mean, it's in the name. Alvarado, switch it to Eldorado. That's all it is. It's a big old Eldorado. You know what I mean? The Chevalier, switch the name it a DeVille. That's all it is. It's a 90s DeVille. The big boxy truck, that's a dang Suburban. Most of these vehicles are based off of a real older vehicle. And I personally fucking love it. Like the Quadra, as a matter of fact. That's a fucking Testarossa. Okay, that's an 80s Testarossa, Ferrari Testarossa. You know what I'm saying? That's what the fuck that is. I love the fact that they did that, because it made for some amazing looking cars. All these vehicles look great. Now, am I a little biased because I'm an old school car guy? Yes. Absolutely. These are great designs. They did a dang good job in my personal opinion. All these vehicles just look magical. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'm doing a lot of real life cars, but we need to do some in-game cars too. Do that. Let's go ahead and open up them doors. Alright. Also, shoot, don't be surprised if you start seeing more shorts pop up with these vehicles. Showing off vehicles and stuff. I've been trying to figure out what should I do for shorts, because I kind of want to make shorts on this channel every now and then. I haven't really figured out what, so I'm thinking I'll probably do like character tests and stuff like that, all in path tracing. Character test, vehicle show-offs, or maybe I'll save the vehicle shows for, I mean, I guess they could work for this channel. I want to say the gaming channel, but no, they definitely work here better. Look how clean that is. Crap look real, man. Only issue is it ain't a real car. See, that's the beauty of it. You can get a fake car to look real. Look at the reflection on the dang trunk. Ridiculous how clean that is. If you could get a fake car to look dang near real. Like, look how real that interior look. Crap is ridiculous. That's what I strive for when I'm doing virtual photography. It's trying to make it look as real as possible. You can make a big old futuristic car that is clearly not a real vehicle to look real. You're doing a dang good job. You're doing your job properly. Look how real that dang interior look, man. Somebody look at that and be like, the heck car is this? I could put this on Facebook Marketplace if I wanted to. I've seen someone do that. Somebody said they were selling a Jeep, I think it was. But it was it was GTA. That crap looked terrible, but I'm sure it was just a meme. But if I wanted to, come on, man. Come on, man. I know somebody like, I don't think anybody would fall for it that bad. Depends, a lot of old people in there. A lot of folks who had never heard of Cyberpunk before. I mean, look at the quality of that. Look at the quality of that. You can't tell me that don't look real. These are one of those moments where, like, that was like back in the day when I was doing photos on Forza. And even sometimes I would look at the dang pictures I made and be like, dang, they look real. If it wasn't for the fact that I took it, I would fall for it. This would be something I would accidentally click on Instagram thinking it's real. And once I find out that it's not, I'm like, dang, that's some dang good work. I actually did that recently. There's a dude that uploads custom donks, but they're all 3D. My fool self was looking at all of them. I'm like, what the fuck? These are some of the most ridiculous customizations of vehicles I've ever seen in my life. Then I clicked on one of them and the camera was zooming in and out crazy as fuck. I'm like, wait, ain't no human pull that off. Ain't no way a human is fast enough to do that crap. I'm like, wait, these aren't real, man. I realized that none of them were real. They were renders. I'm like, holy crap, this fool got skills. Alright, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars. Let's do one more. I mean, that should be enough. And some of y'all probably even know what I'm talking about. It's a, what? You're gonna pop up talking crap as soon as I start recording. He ain't been there the whole time until I hit the record button. I'm gonna cut the enthusiasm. Baby, we out here balling, youngster. Get about my whip if you ain't ready for speed, you know what I mean? What he talking about? But anyways, like I was saying, it was it's I forgot the name of the account, but it's an account on Instagram that does donks, but they're not real. And the reason how I fell for it was because they were extremely clean, but they were normal. You could actually see that stuff driving on public roads. They were just extremely pristine. I'm like, I've never seen lowrider creation, donk creation so fucking pristine before. The crap was, I mean, beautiful crap, y'all. But I fell for it. I thought them joints was real. They looked real. The way he had the room set up and everything, the way the camera slowly pans around the vehicle and all that, I straight up fell for it. I thought those was real cars. I'm like, dang, whoever is building these might be some of the best looking donks I ever seen. But they not even real. So in a technical sense, I mean, they still kind of the best looking donks I've ever seen. But they not real donks. They're the best renditions of donks I've ever seen for sure. Them joints had me 100% full. And I mean for like a week straight. I would pull up to the dude's channel whenever I'm on Instagram while getting ready to upload some stuff. And I'd be looking at the whips like, dang, this fool's cars is crazy. Who be making these? Who's selling these? How much do these cost? Wasn't even real, dude. Crap had me full. Shoot. That's what I strive for when I'm creating my virtual photography stuff. Is fooling people into believing that what they're looking at is real. Okay. You can pull that off. Man, shoot, you're doing good. Let me see something. Change colors on this car. Let me see here. What would I do? They got one issue with this here. The customization, the colors you can choose are not the best. They don't let you choose like any metallic colors. They're pretty dull colors a lot of the times. Kind of like that. Kind of ugly. They need to allow you to choose some metallics. Cause this ain't it. But anyways, let's see. This is the car we wish to make use of. You can't really see the engine very well. I feel like I should do some desert type stuff, right? I feel like that'd be pretty cool. I don't think she got any trucks though outside of that one. I saw 2 trucks. But I mean, she got all those pickup trucks, but I mean like trucks. Those big joints they added. Yeah, she ain't got none of those. Let's do... Ooh. No, I have an idea. We pull up to Dogtown. I have not done a single, maybe one or two. I've done very little photos in Dogtown. Let's pull up to Dogtown for our last set here. Alright, if Dogtown doesn't work, that's fine. This place is dense and packed with all kinds of crap. We've done 5 vehicles, but I just want to see if we can do maybe a little bit more here. Right here in the center. Dogtown is pretty dang hefty though, so if it don't work, I'm not going to be surprised. I mean, look at this dang place. There's crap every fucking where. They took one of the dang what's-names and turned it into that monstrosity. How do you even make that happen, huh? Where's the station at where those behemoths land, huh? See, I want to say right the fuck here, but man, we're dead smack center of the city. I don't know if this is gonna work. But we're lagging something special, which I figure to be the case, but at the same time, we're definitely still moving. I gotta spawn a new camera. We're definitely still moving, so I think this will work. Okay, that looks pretty dang clean. I mean, look at that. Look at that, man. So let's go ahead and make use of this real quick. I probably should probably help if I close Black Desert real quick. I mean, I can't even freaking. Okay, hold on. Okay, Black Desert is closed and out of the way, and the game is indeed moving noticeably faster. Yeah, I'm trying to make this crap look like this is a real armored vehicle. I want people to be like, the fuck kind of armored vehicle is that? Not realizing that it's Cyberpunk, baby. That is pretty dang clean. Now, what I usually do before I take the screenshot, because there's a lot of motion blur with path tracing. Whether you have it on or not, I typically turn motion blur off, but there's still a bit. I stop, I pause real quick, and then I take the picture. You know what I'm saying? In this case, because it's lagging so bad, we don't really have much of a choice, because otherwise you're going to see it pretty badly. It's not like a motion blur, it's like the lining of the game hasn't yet corrected itself. Kinda gotta wait for it to happen. Back that up a little bit. Right about there, and then tilt it down a little bit. And then boom. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's not that. Okay, I see the antenna. Heck is that sound? Come on, some wow. Oh, that's that dang behemoth. Why is there wires all over it? Anyways, get to the back here. I don't want people to see this thing and be like, what the heck is that? What the heck that is? This man's living in the apocalypse type of type of comments when people see this. Militech, baby. Wait for that piece of paper to fly by. Got the Militech rig out here. I have her really close, but this is a fairly tall truck, so we shouldn't be able to see her. Kinda didn't think about, you know, moving her way back. She is directly behind the truck. Shouldn't cause too many issues, though. It's a fairly large vehicle. I wanted to try doing this for characters, but I have no clue how to stop the characters' facial features from moving so much. Like, you can't pause their face, and in photo mode, path tracing looks completely different. Pause the time real quick so we can reduce all the cloud movement that's going on. Might even reduce a little bit of lag. Probably not, because that usually has to, that usually attains to the world. Back up a little close. That usually pertains to the world. So, probably won't reduce the lag much. Yeah, it still feels the same. But as long as we can snap photos, we're good. Yeah, see, there she go. Yeah, see, why she got an afro? I just realized it. She got a hat on. Where her hat at? Huh? Decide not to show the hat. Now, I usually wouldn't do photos without depth of field. But in terms of cars, because like I said earlier, cars, you know, obviously they're a lot bigger than a person would be. It's pretty dang easy to tell what you're looking at when there's a car photo. You know what I'm saying? Versus a character photo. Characters are a lot smaller. So without depth of field, there's a lot less to focus on versus an entire vehicle where you have quite a bit to focus on. I mean, as you can see, when we're up this close to the truck, it's pretty much taking up the entire screen, so there's not much else to look at outside of the large 7-ton armored vehicle directly in front of you. Okay. All of this vehicle is a little disappointing. 7 tons, 800 horsepower, but has absolutely no fucking torque. Like it has, they put a gasoline engine in this, 800 horsepower and only 800 foot-pounds of torque. Now, don't get me wrong, 800 foot-pounds of torque is not bad. Unless, okay, got weak gear ratios, which this truck absolutely have the weakest gear ratios known to mankind for a large armored truck. It's embarrassing. You dang near can't push nothing out the way in this thing. Like, what the fuck was y'all thinking, huh? Y'all should have put more torque in this dang thing. This truck is too monstrosity looking to have such a lack of dang torque. Torque in this truck is embarrassing. They put regular car axles in this dang thing. Or the, not so much the axles, but the gearing. Gearing is weak. It's very weak. Essentially what I'm saying. It is stupidly weak. Way too weak for a heavy armored vehicle. You wouldn't be pushing nothing out the way with something like this. Without possibly blowing something the fuck up. That's how weak it is. This thing should have had a dirty, nasty gear ratio with a top speed of like 70 miles an hour, and that's it. That's all you need in something this big any dang ways. Why wasn't I able to open the back doors? I just realized that. I wanted to open the back doors too. There's clearly seats back there. Open up the back doors. Not much to see on the inside though. Let's get an up view though so we can see the cannon too. Not the cannon, but the little I mean, it does have a port. You could put a cannon there. With the little anti-air missile thing on the top. Forgot what the heck those are called. Little missile canister, I don't fucking know. Then you got these crazy looking, grippy looking, airy, airless tires and crap. But this joint ain't got no grip and it's got no pushing force for a vehicle that's nearly 14,000 pounds with 800 horsepower. No torque, dude. Torque is important. You could tell too, because when you drive off in this thing, it is sluggish. Slow. Very heavy, has no sense of urgency. Bad gearing, for sure. Did we do a direct side? Did not. Back it on up. Direct side shot here. Up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's a very weak big vehicle. The 6x6 is way better. That thing feels how a truck should feel. Might not be the fastest, but off the line it's going to be decently quick because it's got a lot of torque. It's got very strong gearing. Okay, trucks usually have absurd gearing because, well, top speed is not very important in a hauling vehicle. You don't give a crap to be able to do 150 miles an hour in a semi. You kind of don't want to go that fast any fucking ways because, well, once it comes time to stop a 18,000 pound vehicle, don't let there be a trailer or a loaded trailer. That's not gonna happen. Okay, it's too much weight, moving too dang fast. It's too much inertia. Okay, but it should have an inch of fucking urgency. This thing has none. You know what I'm saying? When you have a vehicle that's, yeah, it's heavy as fuck at 17,000 pounds, 15, 16, 12,000, depending on the truck. Let's say it's a big boy truck. 20,000 pound logger, right? Got a dang Detroit diesel V12, 12 V71 in it. 700 horses, 600 to 700 horsepower. But it's got like it's got like 15, 17, 18, 19, 2,000 foot-pounds of torque. That thing's gonna get up and go. Won't be fast, but it'll be quick. Alright, that's a full 10 right there, my good peoples. That's a lot of beautiful cars we've done taking pictures of. Go ahead, reduce these graphics real quick. Okay, I messed up. I was trying to do an outro and I forgot you just can't hop in certain vehicles. Now we're looking at the back of our eyeballs. Look here, peoples. Okay. This cursed fucking background we got going on. I'm gonna need you to do a couple of things. Alright, hit that subscribe button, that like button, that notification bell. Share with your peoples. Join the Legendary Clan Sport channel, become legendary. Consider becoming a member. I got little perks and stuff. See videos early and whatnot. With that being said, check out the music channel if you want. Gaming channel, I'll still be uploading over there a little bit. Instagram for majority of these photos. DeviantArt for the stuff that's a little too much for Instagram, but never too much. Don't go over there expecting madness. With that being said, I now have to do another video, and that is teaching people how to set up their lighting for both vanilla and mods. With that being said, I'm out.